You're watching the TCMMA podcast.
Beginning with Joe Rogan, who criticized Dana White, saying the UFC president needs to become a purist. And this is in reference to Magomed Ankalaev. So Joe Rogan said that his pal should respect all forms of combat, claiming, I think you've got to be a purist. I think the best guys have to fight the best, period. And that's Ankalaev, one of the freaking best guys for sure. So, Joe Rogan saying that, and then of course Dana White in the post-fight press conference, that didn't really matter because he's saying that Ankalaev is up next against Pereira. And I've kind of softened my tune, if you would say. I kind of softened on my stance, I guess you would say. Yeah. Because I think Magomed probably should fight for the title. Now, I know live at UFC 308 I was a little upset, but then the fight's over and you're like, all right, it was Alexander Rakic. Who else is Pereira going to fight anyway? He's the number one, Magomed's the number one contender. So at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. Regardless of my feelings, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you're number one and you're facing a very tough challenger in Rakic, who is in his second fight from the injury, is going to look much better, and Ankalaev just shut him down and dominated, unfortunately by unanimous decision. You want to see him get a big finish to force that fight with Alex Pereira, but at the end of the day, he's still the number one contender. Pereira's fought everybody else, so it's time to make it happen. I really want to see, before too much time goes on, I want to see Hamza get the belt and then go up to light heavyweight. That's the fight right there. But, listen, we got a little ways to go before that happens. But that's the fight right there.
What'd I tell y'all, baby?
So we'll have to wait and see how that shakes out. Jamal Hill, on the other hand, rips Magomed Ankalaev's pretty boring win at UFC 308. And that's where all this comes from. That's why it's the controversy that it is, and the fact that should Magomed get to fight for the title. But yeah, he's got to. He says, holy cow. He used another word, but I'll replace it with cow. Holy cow. What a pretty boring fight, he said on his YouTube channel. Pretty boring, fellas. I'm going to be real. I'm always going to be real whenever it comes to talking about the fights. And this fight was boring. It showed a lack, a versatility, more or less. He didn't use that word either, but I'll replace it. Right? A lack of versatility on the ground in different positions, going for the big finish. None of that. So people left this fight thinking, yeah, it was boring. And that's why I said what I said. But at the same time, who else is it going to be? Let's be real. But yeah, Jamal Hill's 100% right to say that fight was boring. I mean, you can't go against Jamal Hill in that one.
He's gon' fight, wait, he's gon' fight, wait. Hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fight of call, UFC at its height. Yeah. Bringing that thunder with all his might. Saying, step up, wanna fight? Hold up, think twice. Gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass.